that the milestones of labor migration require you to be very patient, very meticulous, careful, watchful, and serious, determined not to give up. Once you start it, it's just like the day you were born out of your mother's womb. You are determined to grow, even though you did not sign anywhere. But by the time you survived the labor ward, that is a full signature to encumber, to, to take up the life in whichever way it comes, it faces you. You face it. You don't need to compromise to begin saying, now I have to dodge here and there. No. You remember that time when you were still young? Ochari muto. Eh? Did you have any say about what was taking place in your life? Musajja yuli aseebikkowe gamba omusajja ono naye akola byokumbulira ebituufu ali kummenya omutima nze nazze nkyaginze ebintu mbiraba bulala. You see, when you are born, you will never know whether you will grow up and become a man like you are. You can never know even what are you going to feed on tomorrow. Do you know? You can never know. When you are born, you see a baby, bamuzaala nagwawo tamanyi nadirwa nayo nkubasa wameka, but it's incumbent upon the mother. That's why the mother becomes second to God, because he knows. She knows when you can eat, when to clean you, when you've dartened your soiled your pants, when you need a new pamper, when you need to feed, when you cry. The mother is taking up full responsibility on behalf of God, alongside God. And you, a man who is born with a full body, you are not a monkey. Because you are a human being, therefore your mother cannot treat you like an animal. She will even go ahead to dress you up like a man. You have seen the younger ones dressed up in pants like a nayambalanga omusajja, but the boy doesn't know even that he's a boy. Did you know that? So do you have any command you give to your mother to take care of you? Do you even rush her in anything, in any way? Do you have any plan over which quality of milk you have to take? It is the mother responsible now. That's how God also gets in charge in our life when we grow. We don't know what comes next. Therefore, we cannot preempt to say, my tomorrow must be. Yes, we can envision, we can hope. We can have hope as an adult. You can hope, you wish to be, and pray to God. By the fact that God has enabled our physicality and our speaking gadgets, the organs, our sensory nerves, that is your eyes, your mouth, your we call them the anal orifice. That is where you get an urge and rush to the toilet, or the urethra, or the urinals, right? When you want to pass urine, there is an urge that comes to your brain. So when the switches come over, are switched on or turned on, as you grow up to be a man, all your controls, all your tomorrow gets back and completely in charge of God. Even before, when your mother, your parents are taking care of you, they are in charge. God was in charge to make sure that you have a life. But there's a responsibility partly given to your mother and your father, not to kill you. That if they ever abandon you, they have a big, a big what? Punishment before God. That's why life is preserved from that very moment. Once you are born, they carry a burden to sweat for you and to preserve your life, to protect you, to feed you, not to deprive you of food, of whatever basic need you need to have. your mother gets responsible, and more so your mother, leave alone your father, but your mother. She carries a responsibility to feed you. She's carrying partly the responsibility of God, because God will not come from wherever he is to come, descends on this earth to breastfeed the one he has created. No, he will breastfeed you through someone. And that is a message to mean that even when you grow up and he turns on the switches of the sensory nerves, that is your eye, your mouth, your hands, everything, all the senses, once God switches on that switch, he turns you to that system where we have to interrelate and learn to give, feed one another, offertory, right? Because your mother is offering to you and you never pay a price to feed you, to make you grow. Do you pay a price? So God taught you how to live, to interrelate right from childhood, that you can live and support someone for free. You can sacrifice over what you have, and you give it for someone to survive. Your mother breastfeeds you, but she doesn't know where even milk comes from. Is your mom a cow? How come she's passing milk as if you know? You understand? So that is the essence of giving what you have. You understand? It creates you, it pushes you or puts you in the position next to God. Even when you grow up, you're a working man, an adult lady, all that God is telling you to do is to give. Giving is giving yourself, not others. I mean, when you give someone, you are giving yourself. When your mother breastfeeds you, is breastfeeding a child who's going to benefit her in the future. So she's breastfeeding for herself. If she deprives you from breastfeeding and you grow up with a stupid mind, then you will turn up into mess against her. So all life needs you to be patient, as you are not having any way to complain about whatever your mom is serving you during that time. Even life needs to be approached that way. Complaints can be raised, yes. Even young ones could cry when they are hungry. You have a right to say, I'm being deprived of a job, I don't have a job, I want a job. You have a right. But you don't beat up everyone, anyone whom you think you should provide employment. Togenda ngokuba bantu. Toba. Because you want a job. Basically, you want a job, but look for it peacefully. The young ones were taught to be patient when the mother is preparing milk. So for you, in the course of searching for a job, there are things you have to master in your mind to avoid the mistakes. Being so meticulous, careful, patient, okubeera omwegendereza, abaza obulungi, ocalculatinga byokola, because the world you are going in, you don't know how deep it is. Have you ever been to Saudi Arabia? Or you only hear about it? Imagine a young one doesn't know how even the world looks like. He's born to the world, but he doesn't know even the village he is. He's just there on God's mercy and the mother. See what she did? But still God, he puts us to a task to protect and preserve whatever he gives us. Don't you think if your mother leaves you outside, you can easily be stolen as a baby? Be stolen, be eaten by animals, be done anything, be killed, be kidnapped. Even when you are a toddler, you could be kidnapped. And that becomes the responsibility of your mother to protect you, not to be killed, not to be, you know. So it requires you a lot of knowledge, okugenda ebuziba, to understand that. And once you attract yourself to that energy, then you get close to God. He will always be there. And he will always pave way for you. Because he will be your friend. Do you know why we talk like that? Why God says that the parent is next to him? Do you know why you respect the parents' prayer? Do you know that? Eh? One thing that makes a parent's prayer be answered is the time she spent breastfeeding you, feeding you, grooming you. When you took the milestones from just only breastfeeding to crawling, crying, sleeping down, standing up, walking, falling down. As you walk, you fall, and you don't give up. That whole transition stage is a lesson we have to borrow from. But do people borrow? They don't. Because even when we were young, there was a transition, a stage. The stages, a set of stages that we used to go through. It wasn't that fast that we jumped or skipped some stages. Sebo mukulu. Bangamba wabuka stage. Mbugwe tewayavula, tewatambula, watandikirawo kudduka. Olwalivaako ebbeere n'odduka. There were no processes. Did you in any way force God to help you skip one of the stages because you feel you want to run fast or grow? Or in any way, do you now feel like you should become an old man because some guys are minimizing you? So you want God to skip you these years, You become a judge. Because judges are highly respected. In search for respect, do you wish to skip a stage in terms of ages? I mean the years you have to attain before you get there? No. You have got to wait. Right? Because somehow, somewhere, you have got challenges and you feel like men are bothering women so much, therefore I will not marry. But God, help me, give me a child. Me, I will not marry. I will not do what those people are doing. I will not go there for men to torture me. But I want a child. All men are bad. They torture women. I am a woman. I will not get married. God, help me and give me a child. Then you are simply saying you are promoting homosexuality. That you adopt children without going to sexual intercourse. That's what it means. Wherever you resist the normal, you go to the contrary, which is against God. The same way, when you are rushing to go abroad, forging any quick way, me I want to go, or again, you are against God's will. It is not yet your turn. You want to forge it no matter what. No matter how much it costs you, for you are ready to invest in. You even ask, or take a mekanze and take a list. But you are not meant to be on that list. You are just sneaking, fluking to enter the list. These are the people you hear. By the time we landed, omuvubuka yafidde ku nnyonyi. Gayo yajjuta twajja naye naye baabaha. Ebintu tebyali byangu. Omanyi gayo abadde yakajja okumala omwezi gumu. Yafiiridde mu lift. Nga n'ekikuta tokitegeera. Sometimes God prevents you, he delays you because of what is going to happen that does not deserve you. Have you ever been there when God is planning to save you from an accident? When you had a journey and all of a sudden, you were to move with certain people, maybe you're going for a wedding, for them they move, they board, they say, somehow, somewhere, you get an urge, you run to the toilet, say, I'm coming. When I'm in the call, grab bagenzi. Right? Gwe yasigadde mabega. Baba bayingira katonga nga akasimu kajja. Owange sebo, goyina ku nawo oluganda wano, bana bantu abali ono baweddewo. Have you had such scenarios? Obiwulirako? Baweddewo naye nga nawe wabadde ogeragerera muki? Recently waliwo accident yabaddeeyo wambalala. mwagirabye trailer omukazi yadde avuga bonna family okuva ku taata maama n'abaana bonna bali bagenda kulya olunaku bonna ne bafa omulundi gumu tewabalabye. They were rushing, everyone was saying abadde adduka nnyo kale abadde alaga speed nga y'amaanyi abakazi tebavuga bwe batyo. So you don't rush what is not yet yours. You give it time. You got to hold on, and learn to queue, learn to line up. I told you used to line up in school, but that was giving us discipline to learn to wait for your turn. So labor migration has milestones which are similar to that. You don't know which country you're going. You don't know, you have never been there. Therefore, you don't want to risk, just like a child breastfeeding. This boy doesn't wake up and tell the mother, me, I want to breastfeed, I want to grow, No, it is a process you have to take at a time. If you jump steps, it will come that you'll be required to go back and attain the same stages which you are missing. Are you scared? Do you still want to go abroad? Because that is phase 1, introduction. There is another one where we go to reality. What is happening there? Are you ready to come back in a casket? Or are you ready to put it in box? Sebo. Because what's your name? Henry. Are you ready to return in a suitcase? Is it this whatever? Totally ready. Pulira muli omutima gw'okugamba omusajja abadde kyona erinnya lyange aligezesa mu bintu by'okufa. Ebyokufa mbijjemu erinnya lyo. Nyinza okuŋŋa munaye gwe munaye ebibyo bizibuzibu nzo nga erinnya lye tuligezesa Katonda ayinza okunkimirawo tolina kukkiriza muli. Ng'abaana bafiira ebweru wano n'owulire ensasagge ku mikutu. Yafudde, owaffe yafudde, yabadde talina kufa ye ng'afiira ki? What would you do if you die from there? But do you know the causes of such deaths? The rampant deaths at work? Your question should be placed there. Yes, they die. Dying is okay. One can die. But what rampantly, what commonly brings that? What commonly brings deaths among the migrant workers? Is it the way they react to their bosses? Is it a plan that is made by their bosses to kill them? Is it negligence? Is it because of stubbornness, unruliness, denial of medical treatment? Who proposes to kill these people? Is it a syndicate that the companies here, they may go in a deal to kill you? Or death comes naturally and you end up dying all of a sudden? Many girls are contracting HIV in Dubai because, they are signing their death certificate automatically, naturally, by acquiring HIV because they did not want to stay somewhere and work for someone. Therefore, they choose to go sleep over each other. You get it? Someone can leave Uganda when is negative, and God has protected him or her for all those years without contracting HIV. Yet some of them have been using so many, going into so many affairs, right? But this person gets, while he has been staying in Uganda patiently or trying to protect himself, this person gets abroad and he cannot be patient. You get it? If it is a woman, she cannot be patient until she goes to search for men over the street. Eventually, she becomes a carrier. ISS. ISS. HIV positive. Akati gwe nga gwe oba otegeera bulungi because wave Uganda ng'olina by'obadde ogumiikiriza naye bw'otuuka ebweru first of all ofunye omukisa ogenze ebweru. What makes you rush again? I mean, you have left many others who are not. Like a child who is born and has a mother to breastfeed. If this child for one time becomes stubborn and notorious against the mother, or he grows up against the mother, akula natandika okukyukira ki maama we. If this child, if you grow up in your senses, you go against your mother, somebody who stayed for you when you were just like an insect. Even insects understand their roots, but for you were just something that, you know, cannot talk, cannot do anything on her own, his own or her own. You wake up, you grow up and go against your mother, then you deserve death. Because the first opportunity you have is to be born. You forget there are those who are not, who are aborted. Abortion, mujimanyi? Ebyo beba abortinga. Lubuto mama we n'alufuna n'abitya zisija lukuza n'alugenda n'alukola ki n'alujemu. Abo balowoozaako. Do you compare those mothers to your mother? Who is a hero? You see, already ali step ki ahead. Abalala bamama babafiira n'eri nga babazaala musanya n'akulekawo ku nsi. Who is a hero? Abalala, you are born and your mother dumps you. Akkiriza n'alukuza olubuto n'akudampinga kasasiro. He doesn't want, ayagala kuma figure. He doesn't want to know that ayinayo n'omwana. Oba olusuwa mba yamuzaala mwani je tamwagala. He's fronting the love affairs over a life. N'akwata omwana amukasuka kasasiro mutoyi and all that. Do you compare your mom who breastfeed you to that one? Who dumped the other one at the rubbish pit, the dumping place? You can't compare. Your mother is so special. Amidst your father torturing her, denying her food, denying her whatever, divorcing her, your mother says, njakufafagana no mwana wange, nakukuza. Right? Now here we are. When you go to migration milestones, it's like giving birth or conceiving for a pregnancy. When you want to go abroad and it comes in your mind, it's like conceiving. Right? The day a woman wakes up and undresses and wants to get a baby, abanga agudeko ekyeddalu, right? Okukakana ng'olubuto alukoze ki? Kumbe she doesn't know. She's creating, bringing a life to life. Some of them, after bringing this life, they deny it. But in the process of bringing this life, they enjoy. I know some of migrant workers here who want to go abroad. They really want it. They want it. They feel like, yeah, mfunye omuntu atwala abantu ebweru. Guno mukisa. They feel like they can't sleep. Just like getting a passport. Getting a passport alone is like the day you undressed your pants and enjoyed the first sex. So joyful. How do you feel when you look at your passport? You feel international. Already born again. So this is how it is. Mfuna bulungi sebo. Bikukuteko nnyo tokaabira wano. So olina okukimanya nti it is the milestones you have to respect. They don't come according to your will. They come according to God's will. If you rush yourself, you are free. You are free. Hello. A mother who chooses not to breastfeed her child takes her to the toilet, to the dumping place. Will she get any burden in the breastfeeding? No. Will she be bothered or even understood whether she exists? No. If you want that, do it. You are free to take it so quick, so short to avoid the breastfeeding. Likewise, those who don't want to go through the 9 months have chosen to abort. Is there any problem? Risk your abortion. It's up to you, right? That's what we tell you here in Migrant Workers Voice. When you come here, we tell you, you choose to abort your luck or to conceive and carry it for 9 months and deliver it live and healthy. How does it happen? You either choose to feel like any person who wants to have sex, you go have it. I mean, when you want to acquire a job, you look for someone. I mean, to get a job abroad. Do you take yourself? You look for someone to assist you, right? You look for a partner, in other words. This partner will aid you to find the ways to exit. There are many partners in this sense. There are safe partners and the unsafe partners. I mean, the traffickers, we have the traffickers. They can take you within 1 week. Hello. A younger man at your village in Masaka, any man here moves with a pistol that can make you pregnant. At any moment, you undress. Am I lying? But if you don't be careful, you can even land on a madman. Will that madman fail not to make you pregnant once he lands on you? He can. Stubborn guys, lousy guys at home in the village, they are all there. All sorts of guys. They all have pistols, don't they? Those small guns, don't they? If you don't be careful, they can shoot you in the feet. And the next day, nguvayo wenyegera ngukumba omwana omulenzi yakoseza bubi emundu ye. Right? Mama wakubuuza wabadde ki ng'owenyera nti munnaye bankubye essasi nga luno lubuto. Sibe kiri? Onfuna bulungi sibe mukola abaana bawala. Bankubye essasi kume mu kigere. Future ogikoze ki? Ogyonoonye. Bakubuuza omusajja aliwa ng'oleeta kitayimbwa twamaze mbwetegereza. Gwe wagenda n'obakugamba nti abalinzi bakobye baba n'emmundu wagwa kuguwasanga tewabuuza ani era emmundu babeera nayo mu mateeka ki? Onfuna bulungi? Abalina emmundu beekuuma batya ne layisinsi zaabwe okulaba nti tebaziruuzinga, kubanga omusajja bw'otakuuma bulungi emmundu yo oluuzinga layisinsi n'omalira ewa eruzira. Si bwe kiri? Oluuzinga layisinsi. Kakati emmundu yo batogikwata bulungi bajja gikukozesezaako bubi. Onfuna bulungi? Bikusobedde? Era emmundu ebagikozesa obubi ku ggwe, naawe kenyini ovaayo wenyera n'agikukubyeko n'akubye essasi naye ne bamutwalanga kanyamunyu. Si bwe kiri? Ngamba abaana abawala bato. So kati bwe kityo bwe kiri, be bakukusa. Kiri ekyagala bwe kijja ekyokugenda ebweru, omaliriza ogenze mu mikono gy'omuntu yenna akola ki? Atwala ebweru. That person will expose you automatically, will undress you like any man who is marrying you from your home. Ajja kulimbalimba akuyise ne ku kisaawe. But at the end of the day, you cannot front this person before the authority, before your father. N'omugamba taata ono ye mwami gwendeese. Owulira nga tosobola because yakukwata bukwasi mwali eyo mwakola bintu bitakola ki. But if you present a gentleman, a rightful man who comes before your father, you introduce him, right? He goes through the authorities and then people know, oh no, ye mwana ku kyalo kuno ono ye mwami we gwatuleetedde and A, B, C, D. That is the process. And that process is not fair there. That process is not fair there. And for girls, there are those people who are supposed to take the whole process right from home, Mukisenge, right from the bush. The process begins from there here in Uganda, isn't it? It begins from the bush. You visit the doctor Mukebeza Bitengo and all that. See what you did? The process proceeds if you want really to serve as a good wife in the future. You don't wake up in the day and then you wake up and keep a marriage. The girls who visited that doctor will come never kube gari. No fumbotoja bunyweza. Because they took steps as they are, such as they were. But for you, you choose to skip them because you are fronting your beauty or whatever. The next day, we have girls among the workers abroad who cannot settle in one house. They have worked in over 10 houses, 7 houses. You wonder why you can't keep a job. Kumbe, the girl was not trained. And part of this migration milestones requires training. Training such as what I'm giving you right now, which in one way helps you to change your mindset from the other village mind to an uptown, well-thought mind that is current enough to take a choice. So chiri wetaaga okufuna that mind, that training, such that otuuka gy'olaga when you are briefed. Si kutuukayo nga buli olaga bakulemererwa, buli olaga bakulemererwa, nawe kini ne weeremererwa n'otuuka ne weeteekamu omuguwa n'obuka ekizimbe. These are the deaths now, the deaths we are talking about. Because people mislead themselves right from the beginning, they reach the other side, all they go through is a mess because they were messed up from home. If it is buying a ticket going to heaven, for them they choose to buy a ticket going to hellfire, expecting to live in hellfire as if they are in heaven. That cannot happen. A person who allows to be trafficked is such a person who thinks that I'm going to buy a ticket ey'omu muliro, ngende mu muliro, bwe naatuuka mu muliro mbeereyo nga ate ali mu jjana, kubanga ayita mu bwangu, kubanga agezaako okutula steps, kubanga agezaako okwanguya. It will happen to you if you don't be careful. So as you plan to move abroad, the only reason why you are here, why you come to Migrant Workers Voice, is to get briefed. And you set in your mind to mature up to know how to take independent decisions, because you are going now to live alone. You are grown up as a person who has left breastfeeding and is growing up to a level of taking yourself to school. Therefore, you ought to be careful that one day you will have to take yourself completely. You are the one to cross the road, you are the one to be careful, and make sure you work hard also to pass the exams or to pass the studies you are attending. Nobody will be alongside you, but nobody will accept your God. That's what I mean. You don't go there leaning to people in Uganda. Huh? Everything they ask you, will you manage this? I will try. You mean you're going to depend on your skepticals? You will try. That means you're not determined to face it. And me, I don't deal with such people. Once you tell me, I will try, you will try. Did your mother try? Did she even mention it that I will try to breastfeed? She didn't know even where the milk were coming from, right? But she eventually agreed, got determined, put you on the breast, the milk came. What does it mean? Even God is going to open up for you once you choose to say, I am patient. I am going to do it and I'm in for it. I will never retaliate. I will never turn back. God wants that. He will release all the good, the welfare, the luck, and everything towards you. Not giving up. But after following the right process, following the right what? Going through a company, a licensed company, means going to introduce your husband before your father. That from today, when you don't see me, daddy coming, this is the man who is keeping me, identifying your address. I am leaving Uganda, but through this company, it is the one that has taken me. If I die from there, they have at least a contact over my contract. We can follow up for any justice for me in case. Right? The same certificate that is signed when you are going for marriage, to know where to trace, commitment. But you want somebody to take you without commitment because you want to go fast. You want a man to marry you without going into commitments because you feel like you want a child, you want a baby, you want to make love. No. So you want any person to come and sleep on you, or you sleep on anyone. My brother, do you jump on anyone, any woman you find because you feel you want sex? Eh? So you protect your gun. right? So now, this is how you have to teach yourself about self-control right from here. Even when you reach abroad, learn to restrain yourself because you are not sure. When we grow and become adults, the life teaches us to be careful. It doesn't teach us to be lousy. Because I'm an adult, I cannot go to town lousily like that. When I have not locked my bag, I just move with my phone anyhow. Even the thieves will teach me a lesson. But by you carrying a sense of understanding to that level of maturity, going abroad does not need you to go there when you are young. That's why the whole world, the UN comes out and condemns against child labor, because these are children. They may not afford the abroad, the external world. They should be protected differently. They cannot be exposed to work. So you are protected completely. No child labor. So you go as an adult into labor affairs. And knowing in life that life is full of challenges. Which challenges help us to grow, to gain experiences. Right? So being full of challenges, you don't assume that it will be good for you. No. You cannot wake up one day when everything is okay. No. You get it? Things can be good when you believe in the decisions you are taking and respecting them. They can be good because even there are those who are trafficked. And because sometimes they respect their stupid decision, they survive narrowly. Not that they have survived completely. Because if they die from there, it is now their family to foot the bill of returning their bodies. But if you go through a company, it is the boss under a contract that is responsible for anything that comes after. So which one would you want to go? Through a company or bakwitamu mundu sekinomu? Yogera nnyo sibawulira. Company. Ku lwaki? Mpayo ensonga ttaano lwaki olemera ku company. Yangu yanjagala lowooza amangu. Sebo kyogamba gwe twagenda ku kyaya wali nolamuza tiketi bana betwala ku embasi. Waki togenda ddala mu America? Kampani ekolere? Nze mba ndowooza osobola obyekolera ku tolinayo babondi yabo gye bali bakubire kasimu bakikuteekemu olumbe naye tunakuwulira amadda aba bitabuse wemalirira. So embulire tefa yonna, I want to tell you, even when you are an adult, you have to be prepared to face challenges. That challenges will keep coming, but they have to groom you. You accept them as they come, such that you embrace the opportunity you see, which we call envision. The mindset, right? The mindset, not the mindset, but the mind sight. What you sight, what you see. How to embrace it? You have got to bear a lot of challenges and obstacles which you must accept to go through. Mountains and valleys. Are you ready to take up that? Don't lie to me. Don't be here to please me. But let me respond yes to this man. Just tell me, nze bannaye okusinziira nga bw'obinnyonnyodde natidde dda. Tonnandaga bulazi wano wali short calls naye nze natidde dda. Nkitadde. So do you need to come back? Do you need to run away? In life you will face that challenge, those challenges. But if you continue running away, that means your life is at Lusubo. even your success. So what do you do as a person who wants to go and work from abroad? You teach yourself, you learn how to what is happening there. Church fire. That's one. Two, you trigger yourself into having a mindset, because you are now being employed. You are not independent. Partly to grow your mindset, you have to have a mindset that is growing, or a growth mindset. Endowooza ekula oba ekyuka, right? That is not fixed to think what was told is what it should be forever and ever, amen. Even when it changes, for you don't change. You stick to that. That means you'll break. But if you are to go abroad, be prepared to find a life as you are growing. A lot we don't know what is out tomorrow. Do we know? We don't know. Kigenda kuba kityenkya naye twesanga bibadde. As we grow up, we don't know a lot of problems ahead of us, but we don't know. I haven't detected. I don't know what is going to happen. Simanyi oba naaba nsala motoka n'enkuba. Allah yasinga okola ki? Me, I don't know. Henry, do you know? Huh? I see the sweet potato people at Nabyewanga, where they leave the sweet potato at night along Masaka Road. Those guys don't care. You know that? They don't care. Watermelon. For now, a thief who wants to steal this sweet potato, I heard that Imbu, omuntu wajana kwata ko erumondo Nabyewanga akokolimanga enkoko kituufu. You can tell us. Is it true?
No.
Is it that those guys are so believers, so much of believers that they leave it to God to take care of it? Or discipline is within those bypassers? Guy ajja kujja lumu ne katraka kegundi ati kerumondo yenna munaamukwata muti. So how do you think this will trust and leave it to God? Is it because they don't care? Or was that chikola batya? Ne balekaawo. And baba bali awo abaguzi ne bajja. Sibo kiri? Naye bwe baba tebataddewo olumondo oyo, bibamu okwekwasa Katonda. Ngamba baba tebamutaddewo nga tebagenze mu nnimiro okulima, kukola n'amaanyi, kuleeta lumonde, kumuteeka ku kkubo, kumulekawo asulewo. Kubanga ekimu ku ekiprotectinga lumonde oyo kyekikolwa kiri ekyokunoonya riziki. Ne bagireeta ne bateekawo ne basiga ne balekera Katonda akole ki? Obuvunaanyizibwa bwo gw'ayagala okugenda ebweru gwa kukola bye bakusabye. Ebisigadde obirekerani ajja bikuuma. N'abaguzi abanajja obbagula tobamanyi. Bw'oba olina lisiti yaabwe ginsomere. Abagula lumonde okukuba nga gwe sure nti bajja kugula wange. Sometimes when you're driving, you stop by wanting to buy this sweet potato. You find that the ladies don't even care. But when you go back to our road toll, omululu oguli mbali, buli omu ayagala akusiga ennyama. You see that greediness, which you can't find at other places. Ogenda okuwulira motoka yamukonye, gundi yagize bweti. So we cause accidents, we cause problems ourselves because of panic. But if we are patient, people know bypassing Lukaya, you stop at road toll. Even people want to make a stopover. But here you create a situation whereby tembawadde na chance kuba bati okulekawo emmotoka naawe. Mujjuddeko bangi abaagala okugenda ofuuka bakozese ebiyigo batya okufuluma kati. So nga te stopover yabadde yagenda kola ki? Exchange. They know they will eat your meat, your chicken, your gonja. But you are putting them in a situation to be rushed up. Ennaku zino bagiyita njogera ya kuvuga supiidi. Omuntu omuwadde assignment oba omuwadde chance tomuvuga supiidi, oba bw'aba akuwadde chance totandika kumuvuga ki? A sense of respect and patience needs to be applied. You get my point? So in the process of going abroad, go back and become envoys of your own to the people in your village. That gundi bwe oyagala ogenda ebweru nze bansomesa nenfuna understanding okugenda nja kugenda nekakasa nja kola ki n'ekiseera tekinnaba oba ekyange kijja seetaaga kupapa kuba nja kugwa ku maggwa. Funa bulungi. Government putting a process gy'olina okwembulesinga okuyitamu, it is aiming at protecting you. God creating Adam n'amuwa assignment nti genda okole nnyo, he was aiming at protecting Adam from stealing. Otherwise, if he left Adam to come on earth like that, everyone would be grabbing the other. Olaba enkima, no monkey was sent or is civilized enough to respect one another. They don't. You serve them bananas, they are grabbing this, they are grabbing that, they have a lot of greediness. We would be like that if we could not carry restraint within ourselves. That respect, civility, mutual respect, the element of shyness, and so on. Mu Busiraamu tugamba al-aya'u min al-iman, that a person who is religious enough is shy. Era okuba n'ensonyi kyambuki mu bukkiriza. So somebody who is shy at doing something wrong will always restrain from going astray. The same way in our usual life, ebintu bingi bye twekugira obutakola because tutya okuswala. So kiri? So why would you risk going into death, signing a death sentence for yourself? For instance, like people who are drinking smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol, doing funny things, excess beyond their normal life. Don't you think they are signing a death sentence for themselves? Sebo, do you drink when you are sometimes? Wandyegombye okunywamu singa wali weeyonoona kuva emabega nga gwe kavubuka akanywa ku kyalo ne kaganga era kati ennaku za Easter zibaddeko nga gwe yeewaddeyo bakutikka omusalaba n'obalagirako bwerere. Wandibadde olimu abo abafuna ka passport akapya. Ndabye ka passport ko oli omu ku bannamba emu abaafunye ka passport akalinga ennanga muntu. Wandibadde oli omu ku abo. But because you're a focused person, responsible, you choose to see your image, your picture, your whole body, your whole manhood, not being in that class. You are seeing yourself in another what? Class. Somebody who has worked some money, lived abroad and returns home in a different status, speaks better English, polished. Not the one of na, you see, you know, you go, come, sit down, come. But you beat a polished person. You return home when you are different. I mean, you don't be different right now, but you are aspiring, don't you? Toli mukusubira kuba chabeyi. Toli mukusubira kuba wa mutawana okusinga kawo. So ekiri era muli obaza olugendo lwo mukasirise ayi bangamba abayaye baloga ebintu byogenda bwe tebabyogera kati obalizeeyo munda. But for our issue, ffe ng'aba migrant workers, ffe byaffe tubyogera. Ab'okukyalo gendo basiibule, owulidde nyabo, ddayo basiibule oba ofuna wakizindaalo wansi eri akiyise ti ndi omu ku abo bannalukaya abagenda okutambula, ndi omu ku abo bannamasaka abagenda okutambula. Onfuna bulungi? Genda kizindaalo omanyi lwaki? Bino ebyaffe ebyokugenda okukola mu Bawarabu. Va mu eri enjogera gye bagamba nti emanyi ebigambo byange byewuunyisa biriwe biti naye nga bisonsomola kibe kiri. Va ku bali abakugamba nti omuntu waba agenda ebweru agenda neyekweka abyogera mu kyama. No, okugenda mu Bawarabu si mawulire. Are you listening to me? Si maki? si gwe asoose. Halo, abantu bagenze Saudi Arabia. Halo, gakyali mawulire? Genda ku muzindaale wammwe osiibule, genda eb'ekikato tya bagamba babuulire, because byonna nga byonoonese be bagenda okukola ki? Okukuba enduulu, be bagenda okuziika, be bagenda okuyimirira babuuze ebibuuzo. Omwana waffe ebbanga lyomala nga wabakweka, bwe neweefuula mbuuze ngenda Saudi Arabia, anti tebabyogera okukuta nnyo, n'odduka ew'omwami wo nga tomusiibudde. Bitabuka yasooka okujja wano n'abuuza bannaaye, akati nawulirako nagira bwe nti byonna byonna ng'olaba afaayo nnyo naye nga talina byamanyi kuba byonna wabimukweka. Ekyokubiri, mubawalabu tebagabaayo butuuze. Bw'oba oyagala weekuba ekisiraani ogende mubawalabu oleme kudda ave wamwe nga tosiibudde. Nkiddemu? Okiwulidde? Bw'oba oyagala weekuba ekisiraani otuuke mubawalabu bazze mulambo wano, ve wammwe nga famire yo giguddeko empalana, nga weefudde w'omutawaana nga toyogedde nga tosiibudde, genda ebweru. Bwe bali kuddiza mu keesi, simanyi oba olifuna chance okuddamu okuŋŋamba musajja gwe wayogera. Ebuwalabu tebagaba buki oba wakudda wano, bagamba gyova toyombye wangi musiibule abantu bammwe. Omuntu atateekeddwa kusiibula ng'agenda bweru yoyo agenda e London, Canada, America, ate oyo agwa mu muteeko gwe bayita MIGRANT. Wano aba aviiriddewo ddala ng'era agenze n'okukyusa obutuuze. Ogenze Saudi kukyusa butuuze? Ogenda e Qatar kukyusa butuuze? Ab'e Dubai batuuze? Oba wakudda? Ki ekikujja wano nga tosiibudde? Singa bigaana okimanyi nti abo ogenda okuddamu otundiremu ennyaanya, ogulewo omudala gw'ennyaanya wali? Abo bennyini bootagambako. Ogenda kudda nga balina okugula ennyaanya zo bakuyambe oddemu osituke. Sebo abo bw'ogenda okwasiza enku kye bagambe omulaba omusama yakomawo naye byamukuba bamuddiza ku mpingo. Ani ategedde bye ŋŋamba? Wanika omukono. Otegedde bye ŋŋamba? Waliwo kubanga bikuyitako bisi nga kisanirizo bikasuka eri. So nja kukomaawo, kiri eri mmwe okweteesa to take over these milestones, labor migration milestones, and knowing what you want. Okay? You don't panic. Take steps. Face life as it is, such as it comes. Embrace your opportunity as a ball. Mu kisaawe omupiira bwe guba gujja oli agusamba, naye bw'oba n'ogukuba onfuna bulungi, oba onoosamba omupiira, you never have to prepare yourself whether I have to turn this way or fast. Gwe bwe gujja mu angu mwe gujjidde mukola ki? Mwokubira n'ozaayo kakana nga goal ekoze ki? And you must be very careful. Bw'okuba oyongeramu ku maanyi, kola na maanyi weeteekemu kuba teri agenda kutwalira bweru ku bwereere. Did you get my point? Unless if you are a slave. Slaves are taken for free because what do you owe them? Nothing. They agree to go freely. But for a responsible person, always look for a way to belong, where you can also carry a sense of ownership. You feel, I am party, I also invested, I am demanding you this, right? Then you will have a right and guts to ask for what you deserve. But if you did not invest anything in yourself, what will you claim? Can you eat your cake and have it? Can you? You eat your cake, then you have it? Or it goes in your stomach? Kigendawo. Cake bw'omala ogirya abeera nayo. So nja kubaagaliza akaseera kalungi, ebigambo bibayambe, beere babuvunaanyizibwa as you grow up, as you aspire to walk out of this country. Migrant workers' voices against human trafficking. We do stand by your side wherever you have distresses. That's if you report in time. We do stand to give you what we call a collective bargaining, trying to back you up for what you have reported to us or in a scenario. So you choose whether to join the voice and follow its guidelines or choose otherwise. Is that okay?